What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video here, and I just want to call out the hypocrisy of the usual suspects with this basketball shit, okay? As we all know, the Los Angeles Lakers lost to the Phoenix Suns last night. I don't know what the score is. I watched a little bit of it, but the game was so bad that I went upstairs and shit, and because the game got in the way. But I do know the Lakers only lost by 10. You know, everybody knows their broadcast struggles with the Los Angeles Lakers as far as fit and everything, you know, and I'm going to get to that with a video later on, man. But the hypocrisy of the usual suspects and shit, talking about if the Lakers don't win the championship, yet again, these motherfuckers are moving the goalpost. Namely, 2Flawed4TV with his flawed takes and biased logic. Y'all know him as 2Raw4TV. Talking about if the Lakers don't win the championship with this team, this goddamn team. This team, you know, what we all know about the team so far, right? We all know about the team so far, right? And shit. We all know what's going on. Saying if we don't win with this team, it's gonna hurt his legacy and shit. Okay? If that ain't a bunch of the biggest bunch of bullshit, the biggest bunch of crap, bullshit fuckery I've ever heard in my life. First of all, you move the goalposts all the fucking time when it comes to LeBron, man. You know, like I said, you ain't gotta like the dude, number one, but to change the goalposts, move the goalposts around to fit your fucking narrative, just lets me know it's deeper than basketball with this shit. Okay, first of all, you look at this fit. You look at the construction of this team, right? I was holding out some hope that they can actually mesh. They can actually come together, right? I mean, that might still happen and shit. But I'm starting to agree with my man LVZ, man. This team, this might not be a good fit at all. For, you know, number one, LeBron James and Russell Westbrook are basically the same player. They play the same style. So how are you going to incorporate an offense around those two? And you don't have a lot of two-way players on this team at all, outside of AD. But AD is just going through the motions right now and shit. I mean, I don't know what's going on with AD, but I think he put on too much weight. He put on too much muscle, and a lot of that muscle done turned into fat, you know? Some people, they just can't put on muscle, you know? Everybody thought AD was going to come into the season cut and shredded like Giannis, but I think because of his metabolism and because of his gene, all that muscle, depending on his diet and protein, went to his stomach and thighs. But I'm getting off topic here and shit. I'm gonna say my observation of the Lakers in the video later on. I'm going back to these clowns here on YouTube, namely 2Flawed4TV, saying this will hurt LeBron James' legacy. So this will hurt LeBron James' legacy, right? What about Michael Jordan? What about Jordan's? Did him play for the Washington Wizards hurt his legacy? What about the guys? I'm gonna go to Kobe. The last 7 years of Kobe's career with the Lakers, he didn't make the playoffs. Now, don't give me that excuse about injuries and Achilles and all that shit. Okay, he came back He was putting up respectable numbers, but he didn't even make the playoffs. In that season, he did tear his Achilles. He had him in well position to make a run. Now, I'm not blaming that on Kobe Bryant, right? But let's go back to Jordan with the Wizards. They were in playoff contention majority of that season. They were hovering around the 7th and 8th spot, right? Now, granted, this wasn't older Jordan and shit, right? But on those teams, you still had Richard Hamilton. You had Tyrone Nesby. I think you had Brendan Hayward. You had Jahidi White, right? And, yeah, I mean, they were in playoff contention for most of that season, right? Now, I'm just using this as a argument back, a rebuttal, okay? Did Michael Jordan missing the playoffs 2 years in a row in Washington, did that shit hurt his legacy? I think not. I think not. But you got to realize, too, Mike was averaging close to what? A little over 20 points per game, right? 20 points per game and shit, right? 20 points per game. So let's not sit here and act like, okay, he was, even though he was, wasn't really the same Mike, he was still effective, okay? He was still effective, right? He was still effective. So you can't give me this bullshit about, well, it was different with Mike, but yet y'all want to hold LeBron to a different standard and shit, right? You want to hold LeBron to a different standard in comparison to the players y'all like. Well, and when I don't do that shit, okay? I don't do that shit, you know? I observe the game, and I observe a game with an unbiased eye. If I'm going to call somebody out for it, I'm going to call somebody out. Even LeBron James. For all y'all corny ass motherfuckers that think I'm some type of bronze sexual and shit. Yeah, that's funny. You lame ass dudes, you lame ass cats want to say bronze sexual, but I wonder would y'all say that shit to us on the street, you know? Especially you 2Flawed4TV, you know? You just another studio gangster who's PandemicTV's flunky. But I digress. Kobe Bryant, okay? Kobe Bryant. Now, this, like I said, one more time, this ain't no disrespect to Michael Jordan or Kobe, you know? I'm just countering this bullshit ass argument that this is going to hurt LeBron James' legacy. Did it hurt Kobe Bryant's legacy that after 2013 he didn't make the playoffs? You know? And of that time period before his retirement, he ultimately retired, I think they had one of the worst records in the NBA. And Kobe wasn't that much older than what LeBron is now, 36, 37 years old, right? So you're holding Kobe, you're giving Kobe all these excuses, but yet you're holding LeBron's feet to a fire with a roster that's clearly flawed. Now, I'm not going to give LeBron a pass because he had a hand, he had a say-so, a kind of a say-so, not like y'all lame motherfuckers say, but he kind of had a head in the construction of this roster. And no, it's not him stacking the deck. You know, you see, it's funny how y'all lame ass niggas move the goalposts. 1 minute, LeBron is stacking the deck, right? Next minute, y'all saying he's washed up, he's done, he's finished, he's over with. But yet y'all move the goalposts 24/7. PandemicTV, 2Flawed4TV. Now he's known as 2Raw4Sports and shit. I mean, I don't know what's going on with these dudes' heads, man, but I know what it is, man. It's like, whatever, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. If he loses, y'all gonna say it hurts his legacy. But if he wins, he stacked the deck and he got a super team, right? Now the season is still young. It's only 2 games and shit. A lot can happen between now and let's say April and May and shit. Okay, that's like 6 months out. 6 months out the gate. But I find it funny that these lame ass dudes, always move the goalposts when it comes to LeBron James. All because, like I said, I'm objective about the game, period. I'm not no fanboy out here or anything like that. I look at the game in an objective light. You understand? So, all that broad sexual bullshit, you can miss with that bullshit. Because I know a lot of you trolls that support these clowns, PandemicTV, a.k.a. Ticket TV, and 2Raw4TV, a.k.a. 2Flawed4TV, and his punk-ass takes, lame-ass takes, right? But I don't care. I mean, I know they haven't called me out on the video I've done with them. I'm calling they bullshit out, I ain't care less if they call me out, But I know one damn thing, they won't say nothing to me on these streets. I know that. That's how I know these dudes is fake out here, They need to just come out and say they don't like LeBron James and call today. All this fake praise, all this fake modesty, that just says a lot more about these cats than anything else, But I just find it funny that certain players y'all like are held to a certain standard, but yet you hold an impossible standard to LeBron James, and yet when it comes to him, y'all lame-ass dudes, lame-ass niggas move the goalposts 24/7. But I'm pretty sure they'll find out about this video, right? I'm pretty sure about that shit. End of the day, I can care less, End of the day, I can care less. I can care less what they say or what they perceive to be saying. You can call me a dick rider, you can call me a fanboy. All I know is if we were on these streets, y'all wouldn't be yapping our gums like that. That's how I know. That's all I know. But yeah, man. PandemicTV and 2Flawed4TV, they're the ones causing the discourse in the basketball community of YouTube. They send their little trolls to troll us real basketball fans and be instigators on their behalf. But like I said before, the real people, the real cats on YouTube can see through y'all fakeness and see through y'all bullshit. But let me know what y'all think.